Hey everybody, welcome back, Hot Garbage. Thank you so much for 2 months in a row, the subscription. I really appreciate it. I got my big St. Patty's bow on. We'll see how long it lasts. But my cakes have cooled enough, so now we get to start decorating. We're going to make cream cheese and chocolate frostings and go from there. So we'll just get right to it. There are a few things to go over with the cakes. So my layers turned out well. I made sure that they actually will come off, and they will. So one of the big things I wanted to show is different pans and how they'll make different cupcakes. So these ones have slightly smaller holes than my stoneware. The bow needs to be bigger. I know. I don't know if it can get any bigger. And then the metal is aluminum, so it heats up faster. So these cooked quicker than my stoneware because the stone takes longer to heat up. I had these on the bottom rack so that they would cook slightly quicker, but they still turned out, so you can kind of see the difference. So these ones overflowed a little bit, whereas these ones kind of sank in the middle because the stoneware had residual heat longer. The aluminum cooled faster. So the outside stayed warmer, which made the insides collapse. So it's fine because we'll cover all that up with decorating. These ones are a little worse. But just things to think about. So when you're making multiple batches, this is why people who do it professionally have like all the same pans so they all cook exactly the same. And that way you don't have to kind of compensate for some of this other stuff. It did give me a chance to snack, and oh my gosh, the cake is delicious. So I'm excited. But I wanted to start there, and then we'll go ahead and make our frostings. And then once we make the frosting, we'll level out the cake. We'll get that started. We'll do a crumb coat, get that in the refrigerator while we practice on the cupcakes. And once those are done, I'll swap out for the refrigerator and we'll finish up with the cake. Okay, so I've got my bowl. I've already softened cream cheese. I'm doubling up the batch because I can. Because we like cream cheese frosting in my family. I really like it. I've already softened the butter. Should have gotten that out of the microwave first, because I'm probably going to have to reset my camera. Butter. Butter. You do want this to at least be slightly softened. It's going to cream a little easier. So we're kind of doing a buttercream with this because it's delicious and it works really well for decorating. And it's pretty standard. So this calls for 6 ounces of cream cheese. I had an 8 and a 4, so that equals 12. An easy double up for the recipe. And then to that you add half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, and then we double up, so 2 sticks. And there's the cream cheese. I will warm this ever so slightly. A little thicker. Doesn't need much. And then I do have vanilla extract. So we're adding 2 teaspoons per batch. We're doing 2 batches, so that's going to be 4 teaspoons. And then let me just double check. And then once that's creamed, which is going to take about 5 minutes of beating that on high, then we're going to add in the confectioner's sugar. Yeah, teaspoon. I just wanted to make sure it was teaspoon. Logic, Gillette, hello, welcome. We're just doing our frosting. So I did the cakes earlier. We have 24 cupcakes and 2 layers for a 9-inch round. Figured we'd start with cream cheese frosting because that goes really well with triple chocolate. And then I'll also do a chocolate frosting. Some of the cream cheese frosting I am going to color for decorating so we can add some flowers and all kinds of pretty stuff. Yes. In case the Guinness shirt wasn't enough and my lucky leggings, I have my giant green sparkly bow. Hydrate! Oh, I was afraid of this. So I just restocked my celery juice. The cake last night? No, I need to do that. I went to bed super early last night and haven't been online much today. Only what I could do from my phone. Oh, gotta love the celery juice. Oh, that tried to go up my nose a little. Delicious. Just what everyone wants to hear. Oh, I'll have to check that. Okay, so like I said, with a double recipe, so 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There. Even with the chocolate, you're going to want to add vanilla. Melbell, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. Hopefully you guys can get some hints and tips. I have not decorated anything in a while. So I'll kind of go over some of the faux pas I've made. Because I've made a few cakes over the years. And they don't always go well. Infinite Logic celery juice does not sound good. I do not like celery. I'm not a big fan. But it is super hydrating. So I do recommend it. Alright. I'm just turning my limiter on because I do have to whip this up. So like I said earlier, the first time I ever tried to make a cake, I did a meringue. I don't recommend starting there. But with cream cheese frosting and making, like, the cake itself is fine. It's when you start going to frost or decorate where a lot of things start going awry. This one's pretty easy. So like I said, it's half a cup of butter to 6 ounces of cream cheese to 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I did pre-soften. Yeah, you have to learn your rhythm. And we just kind of want to whip this up and then we'll add the sugar in. Make it nice and light and fluffy. Get lots of air. So But yeah, practice does help. That's the only way I've been able to. I love that the captions are struggling to hear me over the mixer, and so it's just making stuff up. Practice helps. Practice makes perfect. So I'm gonna start adding in some of the, holy moly, Infinite, I wasn't even looking, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I have to see what even just happened. Oh man, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Welcome everybody. As I'm spraying cream cheese frosting all over, which tends to happen. Thank you so much. So now I have to portion out and add the, oh man, I need a brain. To add the confectioner's sugar, that's what we're working on. So for the confectioner's sugar, 2 cups, and we're doubled, so 4 cups. So we're just gonna add that little by little. Oh my God. Are you guys fighting to have the most gifted subs? Oh my lantern, you guys are crazy. What's poppin'? You guys are poppin'. That's what's poppin'. Half a cup. All right. 2/3, there's my 1 cup. Oh my Lord. Here I am just trying to bake some cake. Y'all throwing me off. Ooh, okay. So it helps if you have a stand mixer to do this because then you can keep it going. I didn't feel like getting out the stand mixer because not everyone has one. So I wanted to show other ways to kind of make it work. So we're just gonna do a cup at a time and then make sure it's fully incorporated. Then we'll do another. Try and not make a mess because confectioner sugar, like flour, likes to get everywhere. Everywhere. Watching live, what did I do happen? Making frosting. I know, I love frosting. I was struggling really hard not to eat the cake because frosting's nice, but I don't need it. The cake turned out really well. Always. I feel like my bowl is too small and that's why I'm shooting stuff everywhere. I do not claim to be a professional. I do not claim to really know what I'm doing. This is just kind of how I try and figure it out, little by little. Ooh. Ooh. And while I wait for that tip, I am going to scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure that I'm getting all of that incorporated nicely together. Because we want a nice, smooth, creamy frosting for our cream cheese. Because it's delicious. Delicious. Okay. Johnny, hello, Johnny. Sift. I do not actually own a sifter. Of all the things I don't own. But yes, that would be very good to avoid lumps. I did run it through my hands since it's a new bag to make sure that there weren't any big lumps or clumps as best as possible. But yes, it does help because then you can use it. What I've done before at my parents' was I put it into the sifter, measured, and then I sifted in while mixing with the other hand. But yeah, I don't have a sifter. So we just make do this way. I'll have to put one on my Amazon wish list. Ooh, there we go. Making powdered sugar mess, 'cause that's what I do. There we go. There we go. Make a mess. So much mess. Of course I'm wearing black to make mess. More gifted subs. Oh my gosh, you guys are going crazy. Thank you. I appreciate it. You obviously know you don't have to. So it's getting nice and fluffy. We're halfway there. If you're like my brother and like super sugary, then add even more sugar. I'll probably test this shortly. Looking for a cooking stream and stumbled across Scarface? Yes, I am definitely making a mess. That's what I do, is make a mess. But that's why I always keep a bunch of towels around to help me keep slightly clean along the way. Slightly. Oof, my bow is hitting everything. All right. There, I can at least move that out of the way. Move that back there. And that back there for later. All right. More sugar. The bag is approximately 8. Yeah, that seems about right. So I'll need half for this one, and I think 2 more cups for the next one. So I should have approximately 2 cups left over. Oh, I'm making a mess. There we go. I don't know why you guys know me as the cooking person. I'm not a chef. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just like to make a mess and have good food to eat. So that's what we do. Boxes, yes. I did have a box, but I only had the one, and I know I'm gonna need more, so I opened the bag. My hope with these cooking streams is that you people can laugh at me muddling through who know what you're doing, and those who don't know what I'm doing or what they're doing, see, it's not that scary because I don't know what I'm doing, but it still tends to turn out okay. So again, just want to scrape the sides because the sugar was sticking and we want that in the frosting, not on the side of the bowl. Oh, this is gonna be so good. How's it turning? Oh, I have to add more sugar to this? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be so sweet. Whew. I think when my mom does the cream cheese frosting for me, I think she does half the sugar for me because I like the cheese flavor to come forward. But my brother likes a really sweet frosting. So a level 4 hype train. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. So crazy, thank you. Yes, the boxes, like knowing the portions that you're using does help. A lot of this stuff is the first time I've ever making it. So I don't really know what I'm doing. At least with the cake, it's not my first time making a box mix. So that stream earlier today was only a half hour because there wasn't a whole lot to add. Like you just put all the stuff together, you mix it, put it in the oven, call it a day. Oh boy. That's so much more sugar. Oh my gosh. There. Ah, what a day to wear black. Logic, Johnny, everybody, Hot Garbage, thank you so much for the hype train. Here I am, St. Patty's. Can't go out and drink, so we're making cake. We're making cake. I don't think I've ever piped cream cheese frosting before, so I'm very curious how this is gonna work. And then I've also never used food coloring in my frosting, especially the gel coloring, so that's gonna be fun to play with. So again, none of this is professional. As you can see, I'm lacking a lot of very important pieces of equipment. I don't have a turntable. I don't have a decorating pin for the flowers. We're just gonna do it right on the cake. And we're gonna see how this works. We're gonna hope for the best. Well, that looks pretty good. So we'll take these off. Oh my god, it's so sugary. It's still really good. This is the best part about baking. We get to eat the beaters 3 times today. I had it with the cake mix earlier. Don't do that at home, kids. Raw eggs bad. And then with cream cheese frosting and with chocolate frosting. Not mad. I'm so not mad at this. Okay, I do need to wash these. Okay, so that's washed. I'll let those dry real fast and then put this in the fridge while we make up our chocolate frosting. Oh my gosh. Such a mess. Oh, such a mess. I don't even know why I bothered cleaning it up. I'm only gonna make more of a mess. But mise en place is important. So, at least try to make it look a little more presentable. Okay. So on to the chocolate frosting, and then we'll level out the cakes and start decorating. And then I did post these recipes on my Discord. So if you want to know which ones I'm using, just go right over there. Okay. So this one, we have to mix the confectioner's sugar with the cocoa and then add that. So we're gonna start by creaming the butter. And again, since I don't have a sifter, we're just gonna have to kind of do our best at getting these incorporated. I need one more bowl. I used it earlier and just hadn't washed it yet because I was going to wash everything together. And since I'm putting the confectioner's sugar and the cocoa powder in with this, I just want to make sure it's nice and dry. All right. So 2 3/4 cup confectioner's sugar. One. Come on. Oh gosh. I was doing so well. I was doing so well. 2. And hopefully. There. 3/4 cup. Done. Stop making a mess. 2 6 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, which of course didn't open for me. Go figure. Go figure. All right. Come on. We can do this. All right. Tablespoon, we want 6. 1. Just want to double check my measurements before I go all in. Yep, 6 tablespoons. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so yes, typically you sift so that way you know there aren't any lumps. I don't have a sifter, so I just want to try and mix this to make sure it's as incorporated as possible. And checking for lumps along the way. Oh gosh. Okay, so then we go back to creaming our butter. Then we're gonna add this in, and then we add in our evaporated milk and extract. Oh, come on. And of course my evaporated milk is not open. So let me do that real fast. Well, that was not what I wanted to have happen. The milk lid just sank to the bottom. Good thing I wiped it off first. Beretta, thank you. Do I have heavy cream? No, I do not. RJ, yes. Cake is delicious, so if you want to stop by later, I have plenty left over. No heavy cream. I have almond milk and evaporated milk. Yes, unsweetened almond milk. Again, just cream the butter. It's gonna be loud. Never used it? Yeah. Oh, it's making such a mess. There's not a whole lot in there. And then 5 tablespoons of the evaporated milk is what it's calling for. So we'll do 1 of that. Try and get some of the butter out. Come on, butter. You can do this. I believe in you. This is why I like doing larger quantities, because the smaller quantities don't tend to work with my hand tools. But we do what we can. We try to make it work. Ugh. And again, hopefully you seeing me struggle is like, oh yeah, see, I can do it too. It's not that hard. Because it really isn't that hard. The butter must be cold. I left it out for the last 5 hours and I just warmed it in the microwave. So it shouldn't be. But yeah, it's probably still a smidgen too cold. Alright, so I'll add a little bit of this. Give something for the butter to work with. There we go. This is the struggle. But we got this. Gonna make it work. We got this. It's all good. See, you can watch me struggle, and again, know that it's really not that hard. You can struggle too. Yeah, we can struggle together. I do want to add in some of the vanilla because I think that said to also alternate. It says to blend that in later, so I'll do some more powdered sugar. Some more evaporated milk. Make a mess even more. Beard of Envy, hello. Orange cranberry. Ooh, that does sound good, RJ. There we go. And this is also on the lowest setting, like it says on medium to high. But my hand mixer goes a little crazy. It's starting to look like frosting though, so we're getting there. Just want to get some of this extra butter off. Scrape the sides. It's getting there. It's tasting good. I'm not mad at it. We'll do a little more evaporated milk. And some more powdered sugar. It's getting there. So far, it already tastes like a million times better than any store-bought frosting, and it's not even done yet. So for the little bit extra work, I highly recommend it. I mean, I'm making a mess, but this is also my first time ever making frosting, so. Bearded Mexican, hello. Beard of Envy is also in here. So many beards. TTV2 Fly, welcome. We're making frosting, and then I'll clean up a little and we'll decorate cakes. A little more evaporated milk. A little more of that. Ooh, that is gonna make a mess. Put a little too much in, so I'm just gonna mix this by hand real fast. Otherwise, it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, it's already gonna be a mess. It is what it is. I've come too far. Oh, this is why it helps. It's your late birthday cake. Yes, yes it is. To have a nice large bowl. So now we still have to add the vanilla, the last little bit, and then we're good to go. So scrape the sides one more time to hopefully get the rest of the sugar in there. Trying. We're trying. Okay. It is a huge bow tie on my head, Epic. Huge. It's St. Patrick's Day, and this is how I chose to celebrate. I've got my lucky leggings, a Guinness shirt, some earrings, a giant mess of trying to make frosting. All right. So just 1 teaspoon vanilla extract for this one. So where we were putting tablespoons of evaporated milk in, we want a teaspoon of vanilla. Add the last of that in. Okay. And then if we need to adjust the consistency, I have more evaporated milk there. And I'll wash my hands here in a moment. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. need to taste it. That is so sweet. How do you guys do this? Oh my gosh, is that what frosting's supposed to taste like? All right, I'm gonna add a little more milk for me. I don't think it needs much because it doesn't need to be thinned out, but wow, is that sugary. Holy moly, you guys. Whew. Oh boy. That is still a lot of sugar. What kind of cake? So I made triple chocolate box mix by Betty Crocker. It's a super moist, delicious recipe. So I have 24 cupcakes and a 2-layer cake. So now that the frosting is done, we have to get the cake ready. Oh, it's so good. It's so sugary though. So much sugar. Oh my gosh. Four cups of sugar? Yeah, I didn't add any salt, but I have salted butter, so that's why I didn't. But yeah, that sounds about right, because I did 2 cups of sugar to half a cup of butter. And then 6 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So this has more vanilla than what you just said. But the rest sounds pretty close. Go up. Okay, washed hands again. Now I gotta clean up my space a little. Cranberry would be amazing with that. I do agree. I'm a big fan of cranberry or raspberry or blackberry. Anything that adds a little bite to it. As you can tell, I don't do a whole heck of a lot of sugar. Wow. I really enjoy baking. I'm just not practiced at it because both my parents are diabetic. My grandparents are diabetic. And everyone on my neighborhood block is on a diet, so they don't eat sweets. And obviously I can't eat 24 cupcakes and I don't have anyone to give them to. So I would love to have way more practice with baking than I do. Okay. This can go over here. All right, so just for my own peace of mind, I'm trying to clean up a little bit because this is a mess. This is a big, disastrous mess. Oh my gosh. It's everywhere. I feel like people who have kids are probably cleaner than I am. Look at this mess I made. Wow. And that was me anticipating there being mess. I did not do well. Secondary clean cloth to the rescue. All right. So again, I'm lacking a lot of supplies. I do have different frosting tips, so we'll use those. I also know ways to kind of make it work if you just have frosting bags or if you're using like Ziploc bags. But I'm gonna use the different tips because I want to. And I don't have a turntable, which obviously makes this much easier. But I am going to provide the cake in my little handy dandy cake carrying case. So first I want to level out the cake. I could either build it up with frosting, which is what my family would like, but I'm going to level it this way. There. And that way, especially since it's cooled, it's not going to collapse on me. So the first time I tried making a layer cake, I didn't let it cool enough. I put the frosting on, all the frosting melted, and the top layer cake split and fell down the sides. So I had a big puddle of volcano ooze. So wait for your cakes to cool and then level your cake. Plus then you get to eat the little bits. And they're delicious. So I do have piping bags, so that's what I'm going to use. Otherwise, just use the corner of a Ziploc. Same kind of thing. And the bottom layer is going to be chocolate. So this will all be chocolate, and the top layer I'm going to do the cream cheese frosting, and then I'll use both for decorations. So you just kind of put the frosting into the bag. Cut off the end of the bag for about the size you want an opening to be. I don't want a very large opening. And then we have to move all the icing down. And then I'm going to twist this off, which is going to help me control the pressure. And if I didn't think these were going to be completely demolished in the next like 2 days, I would have made a simple syrup. From doming. Oh yeah, I have seen those too. That's true. These ones didn't dome very much because I didn't overfill the batter like I tend to do. Which is also a good tip, is don't overfill the batter like I tend to do. So there. And if you have a turntable, then you can lift this and turn, as opposed to doing what I'm doing. But I want you guys to also be able to kind of see, even though I'm not very adept or good at this, I have a little bit of practice. And especially when you're not doing this professionally, people don't really care. They just want delicious food. I like for it to look pretty, but it doesn't have to be. There. And as you can see, my layers are pretty thin. I did that on purpose. I could have done more layers. But I wanted cupcakes. So that can be set aside for a moment. We'll get cream cheese, do that one. Because I want this, when I spread it all around the side for the crumb coat, to actually do a pretty nice gradient, is what I'm going for. So we'll see if that's what actually happens. I love cream cheese frosting so much. And normally, if you're doing this professionally, you level out the top too. My family's not going to care. They'll want the extra cake, as opposed to making sure it's extra pretty. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think professional bakeries tend to take those scraps and turn those into cake pops, depending on their demand for cake pops. So same thing, now I just gotta kind of squish this down towards the bottom. Trying not to waste any. Twist that off so you have good control. And spread. And this one I will build up the frosting on the edges because I know my family will like that. Same. Just gotta also frost the outside. Trying keeping that as even as possible. Oh no, bad frosting, come back. No, oh no. It was too cold, it didn't want to stick. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So then you can take a knife. I actually have a frosting spatula. Into cake jars. Yeah, that's another one, a cake jar. Okay. So if you don't have a frosting spatula, that's okay. So I don't want to bring the chocolate onto the top, so I'm going to start by spreading out the frosting on the top, and then I'm going to work my way down the sides. And this is just to try and help keep it even. And again, if you have a turntable, this does make it a lot easier to do, as opposed to having to spin it by hand. Okay, here it goes. Let's see if I can do this. I probably should have just done a 4-layer cake instead, so that I had more to work with, but oh well. All right. I do need some more chocolate right here. So that's why I left some in here, so that I can kind of try and even this out as it goes. Some more chocolate there. My cat found her mouse in the other room because she wants attention, as always. I need more cream cheese on this one because it fell. So again, making the cake is the easy part. Making the frosting isn't too bad. It's then like trying to decorate it. Most people, like again, professionally will put parchment down underneath, so that way if it gets on the stand that they serve it on, they don't have to go and wipe it up. They can just pull the parchment out. So that's another way to keep it nice and clean, is typically you want to decorate it on whatever you're serving it on so that you don't have extra work. And parchment is just like, you can use wax paper, just something easily. I've seen it cut into little squares, put around the center, so then you just pull those out. Oh no. There. That should fill it in. And it's not perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. Ugh. So you can kind of see, hopefully, a little. I'm trying to go for a slightly, I don't want to tip it too much. There. Let me pull the camera out. There. So just a slight gradient. Nothing too crazy. But I am going to let this chill before I decorate it while I do some cupcakes. So to the fridge it goes. Okay, I had moved stuff around in the fridge thinking there was space enough for the cake, but then there wasn't. So there's that so far. So then cupcakes. Again, since these ones collapsed because stoneware, as I kind of talked about, these ones will be for me. So I think I'll do half in a chocolate base and half in a cream cheese base, and then go from there. All right. So I have a couple different tips that I can choose from. This is something I found on at like a secondhand store. I think you can get it on Amazon. But that way you can fill it and have the tip there. They're dishwasher safe if you don't want to use the bags. If my hands aren't working, sometimes that's easier. But it does come with the plastic tips. Otherwise, I found some metal ones. If you like decorating cakes, the tips are worth the money. Just get them. It makes life easier rather than having to figure it out yourself. So these are your basic. So this is what you're gonna use, kind of like how I just cut the hole in the bag. This is to do little detailing work, and this is a pretty star tip, which does flowers. Yeah, I'll just stick with the basic ones today. Oh my. All right. So I'm just gonna use the basic star tip. I'm gonna cut the end off, put my star tip in. I want to make sure that's fully secured all the way at the bottom. As you can see, there we go. Nice and secure. Then we'll do some chocolate. Actually, I should probably start with the cream cheese and go white to dark. So just reopen the bag. I'll add some more cream cheese. And if you need help, always, you can just get a tall glass to help fill the bag. There. Oh, it's so good. And so hard to try and not eat all of it. Okay. So again, I just want to twist this off, give myself some better control. I'm just going to do, oh, I don't have good control. I was trying to do a swirl pattern. So yeah, that didn't work very well. All right, let me try taking it out of the pan. Again, it helps if you can turn it. So maybe I'll have better luck doing it in the air. Well, that was what we were trying not to have. That's what happens when there's an air bubble in the bag. I did a little better. Isn't that great? Ugh. Oh, and I stick my finger in it. Oh no. But this is why I start on mine, because I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright, so we'll do a rosette. So that's the easiest one to do, what I tend to recommend. So you just start in the middle and work your way out. I'm not too good at all the fancy stuff. I try to be. That didn't work out very well. But it's still gonna taste delicious, which is the main point. Yeah, I tried to do little flowers. Didn't look great. Exactly. There's no need to be an expert in piping. Like, even if you just throw the frosting on there, no one's gonna be mad. But these are different techniques. They take practice. Again, I haven't baked in a while. I haven't tried piping in years. And even then, I was never really that good at it. So there's little star flowers. It works. It does the thing. Go in, fill some gaps, because I can. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. You just gotta make it work. Topher, hello. Lovely, lovely lady. Over here, Miss Topher official. Alright, let's try again with chocolate. See how that goes. Make sure all these are good. Hold up. Bringing me up on the PC, oh no! Okay. So this is why I did 2 bags. That way I can just throw the chocolate in here and call it a good day. So I'll show you how to fill it on a glass. So this will add like 1 extra thing to wash, but it's not anything too crazy. But that way, you can just open the bag and the glass is going to keep it up for you. And then if I had a decorating pin, that's the thing that you'll see when you watch videos professional decorators use to make flowers. It would make life easier. You kind of can on the cake, it's just very difficult and hard to fix if you mess up, which is why they do it off the cake, let it cool in the freezer, and then switch over. Come on, just a little more chocolate. Got this. We got this. There we go. Close enough. Okay. So again, same thing, want to move it to the bottom. Try and get out the air bubbles. Filled much easier. What do I need to do for icing the cupcakes, Topher? There. See? That rosette turned out a bit better. I'm pleasantly surprised. There. So that's kind of doing a little spiral. Topher! Thank you so much. I can do that. This is just putting down base layer, and then I was going to color some of the cream cheese to add some flowers, or at least attempt to. We'll see. But you can get pretty intricate. This is a pretty small star tip. So for like Easter, if you were to put green in there, or do that, then it's kind of like grass. You can also use that for the center of like a sunflower. There, so little curly ribbons. They look like little spiral pasta. So for this, again, the star tip, if you were to try and do this with just a bag, get like the freezer safe bags. You don't want a sandwich bag. And then you cut 3 times so that you have 6 points. And the icing is going to drag on those points like it does with this star tip. Let me wipe it off a little so you can see. There. Tover, thank you so much for the subscription. Okay, let me see if it's gonna show you. So this is a 5-pointed star instead of a 6. So if you can cut a 6, cool, do that. Otherwise, just cut the bag like this. Otherwise, depending on the size of the hole, if you do dots or small detailing, that's going to be a smaller tip like that. If you cut it at an angle, then it's going to be more like a petal shape. If you cut it as a V, then it's going to be a leaf shape. So when I get to some leaves, because I am going to do some of this cream cheese frosting in green, I'll cut a bag to show that and see how it works. What do I want to do for this one? I wanted to try when in doubt, go slowly. Then you can practice a little easier. There. So if you want a nice clean line with the star tip, same thing, you just go very nice and slow. Now it's a little ribbon. Okay. So again, for like cupcakes, this is another way to do flowers that I saw. There you go. Decorated. Alright. For the other ones, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I think rosettes are pretty. The Topher idea. I got you, Toph. Don't worry. I got you. So again, the easiest to start with in practice is just doing the rosettes. And they're still really pretty. Ooh. And so even if you make a mistake, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's easy peasy. But you can play with if you hold it at a 90-degree angle, if you hold it at a 45-degree angle, because all of those will change if you do less pressure, oh no, versus more pressure. But it's a good way to put down quite a bit of frosting with not a lot of work. And I'm down to my last little bit of chocolate, so I'm just trying to make sure it's all there at the end for this last cupcake. Because I don't want to waste any of it. Oh no. I didn't mean to do it. Good enough. So good. Okay. So now that we're done with chocolate, I just have one more to put down base of cream cheese on. And then we can start to color and try some extra fancy things. I'm glad it's relaxing. That's what I was hoping for. That chocolate frosting tastes like liquid hot chocolate. It's so good. I'm trying not to just like dive right in and be so gross right now. So good. Okay. Hopefully that'll be enough. We'll see. We'll see. Meh. If I really cared, then I could also remove the chocolate from the tip before switching colors, but I don't. I don't think anyone's going to be mad to have a little bit extra chocolate flavor. I will say the cream cheese one loses its shape much faster, so you'll want to keep that chilled. one wasn't too bad. Zach, hello, how are you today? We're decorating cakes that I made earlier. Cupcakes right now. Not looking the prettiest with the cream cheese ones, but I'm not mad at it. That's okay. I appreciate you stopping by. We're just hanging out. I know I've been MIA, trying different times, different types of streams, but I think we'll just go back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Keep it simple, stupid. It's what people keep saying to me, and I keep ignoring it. So I'll just keep cooking on Wednesdays, gaming Mondays, and doing whatever I damn well please on Fridays. There. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but that's what happened. All right. Now we get to decide what colors we want. Oh no, as I'm making a mess. Complete and utter mess. So you could stop here, add some sprinkles, call it a day. Which would be fine. Or you can be annoyingly fancy and add some food coloring, which sounds fun to me. So for the cupcakes, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'll add a couple little sprinkles. They don't need anything too fancy, but I'm gonna color for the cake. So I just have some cute little pearls. There. Some with pearls. Then, let's see. It's springtime, so here's some yellow. Yellow. Can't really see the yellow on there. Let's try some green. Because it is St. Patrick's Day. Can't really see the green on there either. Maybe purple? The purple shows up a little better. And then I have some pink. The pink shows up nicely, so we'll put pink on that one. And a little on that one. And a little on that one. There. Look, cupcakes. Done! And like I said, less is more. So even just putting one of these tips on or cutting a couple of slits in the bag, if you're using a Ziploc bag, and throwing some sprinkles, you're done. Easy peasy. For myself, I use the last little bit of cream cheese on those, but I want some sprinkles too. I don't need a lot of sprinkles, but I'd like some. I like the way it looks on the rosette. I'll do green on this one. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so much sugar, you guys. I keep forgetting. And then I'll do one with the pearls. And you can get different color pearls, do whatever floats your boat. I'll do this one. Oh, got a pearl on it. There. So you can see kind of how it looks. Just like that. And look, done. They really don't have to be anything like super overboard. All right. So for food coloring, I was thinking of doing green, pink, and yellow. Because yeah, I kind of want to stick to some springtime stuff. But maybe I'll just do green and pink. What do you guys think? Should I do 2 colors or 3? Doesn't say how much to use. It just says put some in there and call it a day. So that's what we'll do. I know I want green, so we'll start with green. More colors? Okay. Because I also kind of want to change the tip I'm using. Okay. I do want to know if these will work or not. So I'm trying to make sure it has a nice tight seal on it. So we'll do that. I don't have an exact design in mind. I'm gonna see how this tip works and go from there. I just kind of want it to be spring looking. Maxim, I don't understand what you're asking. Oh, my bow keeps getting in the way of things. I keep forgetting. So since we're coming up on Easter and it's springtime, I kind of want pastel colors. I don't want it to be too primary school, but I want enough for it to show. So I was thinking kind of like sunflower yellow. See if I can do some sunflowers on here with some leaves. Maybe some little rosettes in pink is my thought. So I'd say that's a pretty decent, fairly well mixed pastel-y. Not overly pastel. I'm hoping to show some flowers. We'll see how well they work since I can't do them anywhere except right on the cake. But my family's not going to be upset if it doesn't look perfect. I will be more upset if it doesn't come out looking perfect. But that was about the color I was looking for, so I'm pretty pleased. Okay. And springtime is very pink, so most of this is gonna go pink. A little more. And then I'm not trying to mix it perfectly. I want some slightly darker shades in there and some slightly lighter shades. Depending on people, that might annoy you. You can always add more, but it's harder to take away. So with more pigmented colors like the blue, the red, and probably the green, less is more to start. I think I put a little too much in, but it should work out. Still gonna come out pink, just not quite as pastel, I think. Yeah. And then there are natural ways to add color. So you could add beets instead. Just liquefy it instead of putting the dye in there if you're concerned at all. So yeah, it's a little more pink than I was hoping for. I wanted kind of more of a pastel, but it'll work. It'll look fine. It's reading way more yellow on here, like an orangey color, but it is pink. Okay. On to some green. And then the green can be more pigmented because I want that. Haley and not Haley here together, hello. The green can be more pigmented. It doesn't need to be a pastel green because leaves are not typically pastel. But I don't want like a dark forest green. If I wanted a dark green, I would add some red to it. Obviously for blue green, you add blue. If I want more like a grass green, I'd add some yellow. Oh, I gotta pick this up. There. My hands are starting to get sore, which is why I don't typically do this much at once. But we're almost done, so it's okay. All right, so yeah, this is coming out more pastel than I want, so I'm gonna add more green. It's still a pretty color, it's just I don't want a spring green, I want a leaf green. Sus. What's sus, Toph, is I saw you playing Valheim without me the other day. But that's okay. I'm glad you enjoy it, because it's a fun game. Still pretty light. Okay. Alright, so it's not darkening up quite like I want, so we're gonna play with some colors. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. And it should get me closer to what I'm looking for because I want to darken it up. So it still has a smidge too much blue to it. As you can tell, like it's reading more blue. So we'll top off with more green and that should be right where I'm looking. There. It's not quite a pastel green. It's not a nice dark like forest green. It should complement the other colors nicely. Okay. So now we get the cake out. This goes away. This goes away. No sparrow. So delicious. I'm gonna have to try and remember to eat something other than cupcakes for dinner. Easier said than done. All right, so I'm mixing the green in with the chocolate because I can. I don't want to get out another bag. And also, it's okay if it darkens up a little bit. Since I'm doing this for leaves, I kind of want it to have some streakiness with a little bit of brown. Okay. So let's see if this works out like it does in my head. Come on. I'm such a messy cook. I'm so sorry. I'm getting this everywhere on myself right now. Okay, why isn't this working? It should, by all accounts. There we go. Okay. All right, so I just squeezed out the last bit of chocolate that was there at the end. So hopefully this will work a particular way. It is not working a particular way. Why are you going past my nut? I don't think this tip is working with this bag, which I was concerned of. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Not exactly what I was going for, but we'll work with it. Okay. So I have some branches, which isn't exactly what I was going for, but we'll take it. It's kind of doing a petal, a little leaf mark. Not exactly how I thought, but we're making it work. Hollywood, hello. How are you today? I hope you are doing very well. Kind of starting to work. Kind of, sort of. As you can see, I don't really know what I'm doing. A baking stream, yes. So earlier I baked this layer cake and 24 cupcakes. So I'm just kind of going through and trying to figure out how to decorate it. Just kind of being silly. We made cream cheese frosting and chocolate frosting. So that's what we're using. There. Alright, all the green's done. So good. Okay, so I don't really like this tip. Oh. There's so much sugar around here, you guys. I'm be going crazy. Oh no. So I can throw out this bag and we'll switch over to some yellow. And we'll switch to a different tip. And I just dropped some icing on the floor, so I gotta clean that up. Billy, how are you doing today? I saw you streaming earlier. I watched for a bit. Looks like it was going well. You were doing pretty good. No worries, Kat. I'll post pictures too in a bit when I'm done. Like I said, I just got these last couple colors. And I'm gonna put some flowers on here and then we'll call it a day. I'm gonna have to switch over because these icing tips are not working with me. So I'll show you this other one. Rose Milk, hello. Cole Fam, hello. Yeah, the cake's turning out. I can show you some of the cupcakes. So I just did a quick star tip on these. Chocolate on chocolate, and then cream cheese on chocolate with some sprinkles. Call it a day. And the other one. Oh, I put it over here. There we go. So I'm just gonna get out the star tip for this one. So again, if you enjoy decorating cakes, just buy the tips. You can get away without the bags. They're so cheap though, you might as well get the icing bags as well. It just makes life easier if you want to decorate. Can do some fancy stuff with not a whole lot of effort. Come on. My cat's annoyed because normally I'm done streaming by now. She wants attention, as always. But I'm busy. And she doesn't like it. Tell me your pet is needy without telling me your pet is needy. I made so much icing. But my family really likes icing, so that's why we're going kind of crazy with the icing. Oh. Nope, that is not on right. Oh gosh. Alright. So, this is another thing you can get. I think it was like $10. And it's just a blender. Makes it very easy to add. I'm just trying to do a mixture of like little star flowers and little rosettes throughout. Add some color to the cake. And then there's still the pink, so. Cake for your birthday? Sure. If you want, I guess. Let's do... Alright, I'll change out the tip. I don't want it to go waste. So this is just a small dotting tip. And it just kind of lets me put little dots. I could do some other kind of like fancy things with it, but I just want to add some dots right now. Mm. All right. And now I can switch over to the pink. Okay. There we go. I think this is on straight. That is not on straight. There we go. Now it's on straight. All right. It's everywhere. See if I can add a nice little border right along. Nope. There. So the big thing with piping is just making sure you keep a steady pressure as best as possible. All right, so now I want to switch over to my star tip. You want some icing now? Yeah, it's really good. I have 2 star tips, so don't worry. Try not to cross-contaminate. Ugh. Okay. Oh gosh. So much icing. Oh my goodness gracious. So much icing. I wish this bow would stop hitting the camera. There. And the last little bit of icing I will put on some of the cupcakes because there's so much icing. Thank you, Infinite. So let me hold that up so you guys can kind of see. Let me turn the angle. Ugh. Trying to not get icing all over my camera. There we go. Pixel readers! Oh my gosh, Pixel Baking, hello, thank you so much. I'm finishing up decorating. Give me one moment. There. So here's the cake. This is cream cheese frosting, triple chocolate cake, and then chocolate frosting. All mixed in. A few different piping techniques. So the cream cheese frosting will melt pretty quickly, so I'm going to toss this in the fridge. Let's see. I don't want to get it on the microwave, but I want you guys to be able to see the side. So I just added a bead along the bottom. And then details on the side. Ugh. And now that I can't get to my food, I'm gonna have to order dinner. Your mouth hurts. Oh no, Pixel, I'm sorry. And then you come over here and it's a bunch of cake, which probably doesn't help. I was just gonna add a couple flowers to these, which will be gifts to somebody, hopefully. First come, first serve. Come get some free cupcakes. Infinite, if I could do this for more than like 5 minutes a day on any regular basis, I would. But also I'm super messy, so 90% of my time is spent cleaning up the giant mess that I just made. Okay, so I just combined the pink and yellow to see if I can come up with some kind of cool looking patterns. Let me wipe this tip off because I don't want to make a mess. Extra mess, I should say. I know with practice I would be a lot better. I'm just getting the practice in there. I guess I can do some more rosettes. I'm gonna move this. That got a little out of hand. Ah, there's the transition. There we go. Oh no. That didn't work out. Ah, I'm trying. Doesn't want to stick right. Okay. Oh no, that's all the frosting I got. That's all it's gonna let me do. Oh, but there's still so much left. Why? That's the downside of this thing. Like, it wastes quite a bit. Nope, that's all I got. That's all she wrote. Well, now it feels unfinished. So we'll put some more sprinkles on. Because we can. Deep cleaning, yeah. Oops. There. Sprinkles make everything better. All better. Oh, that was something else I was going to show. Shoot, there wasn't enough space. Alright, I'll show this one other technique. Okay. So there's those. Voila! Oh my gosh, these are already so sugary. Okay. So another thing you can do, you just ice it as normal. There's these little things. So they're cookie cutters. So they're for window cookies. You can add jelly or sprinkles or whatever. But you can do that for cupcakes too. So I'll just do this little flower one with these birthday sprinkles. Hopefully this works. You can do it with kind of any cookie cutters. Normally they don't have the little extra window that makes this a little extra difficult. Yep, that didn't work. Where are my little cookie cutters? Those aren't little. I might have just put too many sprinkles in. So we'll try one more time. Couple more. The camera, this is a Razer Kiyo, I think. Yeah, it's kind of hard. But that's another thing you can do is like cover part and then only have a little bit showing so you get different shapes. I just don't want to waste the sprinkles, so. Done! We'll call that a day. I've had way too much sugar. I need to go find some real food now. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can remember. Pixel Viking, thank you so much for the raid. Infinite Logic and Hot Garbage, thank you so much for never enough sprinkles. For me, there are. This is already so sugary. So sugary. Thank you, Infinite Logic and Hot Garbage, for the hype train, level 4 hype train. You guys are absolutely crazy. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I will be back on Friday. We'll be doing something. Oh gosh, who else contributed? I know Johnny Cooks did, and oh no. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting that, so I certainly appreciate it. Right now I'm trying to save up for a few different things. I haven't decided between a new computer chair or a new phone. I know Logic was talking about the phone, and yes, I am with T-Mobile now, so hopefully the phone would let me do some IRL streams. But a computer chair would be nice, so I don't know. But I'll make sure to shout y'all out again, especially in my Discord. Like I said, the recipe for the cake was just on the box. The recipes for the frostings are in my Discord. Pixel, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for the hype train. I really appreciate it. All the subscriptions. I have a lot of cleaning to do. So let me find someone to raid off. I apologize for not being able to stick around too much longer, but I have to figure out where I'm going to put all this. Who is live right now? What day is today? That's the problem. I was trying different days, and so now I can't remember what day it is or what I'm doing. So... where are we at? What are we doing? What's going on? Oof. Hitting the wrong buttons, that's what we're doing. Oh, yeah. It is Wednesday. It's St. Patrick's Day. So if you're not wearing green, remember to pinch yourself. Because that's what happens, apparently. So again, thank you all for hanging out. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I will be back Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Don't forget, we are on Daylight, not Standard. We'll go check out Johnny Cooks. He's another chef. Right now he's playing Sims 4, so it's a nice low-key, hanging out, good times. And I will see you all soon. I hope you're having a good week. It goes into an even better weekend. And you have a wonderful time. Thanks.